What's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today, I am down inside of one of KZ manufacturing plants, so that way I can tour you a whole bunch of campers. It's a cold, it's a chilly, it's a nipply day outside, so getting inside here where I can wear some shorts and a t-shirt is, pretty darn snazzy. So KZ, I appreciate you. Today's tour is going to be on the 2025 Durango half-ton 283 RLT. Now, I don't want the half-ton portion to mislead you. I do not think that this is half-ton towable. I'll say that right off the bat. This thing weighs like 11,500 pounds. Cargo carrying capacity of 223. I don't even know. Trust me, I'm in sales. No, it's 2,220 pounds. So that puts your dry weight of about like 9,300 and some change. But I think you guys are going to really like it. If you're looking for something a little bit lighter, a little bit more compact, this is going to be a very favorable floor plan. But I think there's a lot of room for it. There's a lot to go over and a lot to enjoy. But I just want to give you a quick little look here of the exterior, because I think it is a pretty slick looking unit, especially for the price range that this is in. Now, all the specifications, length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes, including a link for Funtown RV, will be down in the description, where you can find this at various locations. But you're going to get really nice things like, a docking station, which isn't uncommon in the fifth wheel world, but typically RVs that are going to be quote unquote part of the half-ton series, that becomes less and less common. Usually they're shoved off in a little bit of a cheaper door. That's actually got the slam latch tucked away, good pass-through storage there too as well. But you're going to get 3 slides on this unit, and I think when you walk in, you're not really going to think that this is, part of like a smaller, lighter series. But let's go ahead and get on into the tour. We're going to start on the inside, work our way around the outside, probably spend about 15, 20 minutes, something like that. But pretty darn snazzy. Again, it's the 2025 Durango half-ton 283 RLT, and you are going to get a little bit more pinkies up with like the windows. They're going to be frameless. You have dual Solera 3000 awnings, and then you're also going to get the Goodyear tires there too as well. So a little bit of a better finish for you. You also have added insulation package, so they're going to use a high density foam, and then you also have a better warranty as well. So a 2-year limited warranty for it, as opposed to typically 1. So it's not going to cover your wearables. If you're driving like a madman or a madwoman down the road, it's not going to cover your brakes because you burn it up. So don't be driving crazy. Your light bulbs and all of that, but pretty much everything electrical and mechanical will be covered. But this is what I'm saying. I mean, half-ton towable. Let's see if I can get like a shameless little, thumbnail. Just be like, right there. But, pretty good space. I also really like how Durango and really KZ across the board, I think their decor looks really nice. Like, I was just in a Stratus, and man, talk about being a little bit different in an industry that different is typically not the same. They have a little texture, to the slide boxes, which is nice. You also don't see them beat to death with staple holes, which is nice. It's kind of refreshing there too. But you're going to have your refrigerator, 12 volt, a little oven, convection microwave, it looks like possibly. We'll see that here in a second. And then obviously your TV entertainment. And then right now the couch is in, this is in bed mode, but obviously that's a dinette. And it's also cool because it's removable, so you can take it outside with you and utilize some of that exterior space. Maybe utilize some of those dual awnings for a little bit of shaded area to sit down and have a meal. Now, slide height in this unit is still going to be pretty darn nice. It's not your 6'10" honker, but it is about 6'1", 6'2" or so. I'm 6 feet tall, and I got some shoes on. By the way, training for a 5K. Never in a million years did I think I'd be able to run a 5K. Still not sure if I can, but I'm training for it nonetheless. I've been doing 1 minute on, 1 minute off as far as like running and walking. But you're also going to see things like Dracula shades. Each and every window opens up. You have your slide controls and a couple lighting controls there too as well. Down underneath the dinette, I'd like to see roller drawers, but again, half-ton means it's keeping down on weight, so you're not going to get added drawers into something like that. Like, you're not going to get the solid surface countertops, but you have a thermal wrap, which, babe, if you're watching, I love you. But you're also going to still get things, because it's still Durango, it's still pinkies up, highfalutin. You are going to get the, the Thomas Paine collection side of things. That is the nicer side of Thomas. This is Fancy Thomas. You have your heat and massage. You got USBs. You got a home mode, a couple cup holders, and a place to have a remote. Excuse me, got the hiccups there. But it's also directly across from your TV. And it was asked that I show me inside the recliner so you can kind of see for size reference. But as you can tell, bigger guy, good enough space. got a place to, you know, hold homegirl's hand while we're, you know, hanging out and snuggling up for a movie. So I think that's pretty agreeable there to you. You're going to have a pull-out sofa here in the back. So think about, you know, grandkids, the Funkle down at the campground that had a couple too many, things of that nature. People can sleep there. Just a good little added little space. This camper does have vents in the floor, so it's a more effective furnace system. However, you do have the vents in the floor, but they do have the covers there for you. So I think that might be a pretty good little compromise for some people that just don't like them. All these windows do open up. You got outlets on both sides. Got outlets on both sides, countertops on both sides, storage on both sides, windows on both sides, and overhead storage on one side. It's real wood too, by the way, which is, you know, I think pretty darn nice. 15K AC. We'll see if this one has a dual AC, but you are able to get it with a dual AC if this one in particular doesn't. So if you're camping somewhere a little bit warmer, you might want to check out for that option. You got the Sansui TV, my favorite brand to say. So, you know, you can watch a movie there and get some cable going on. You got all your plug-ins. You know, this is on a swing arm, so that way you can angle it, whether or not you're having breakfast or if you're laying down on the sofa here behind us. So nice to have, you know, things like that just for a little added versatility. Got your sound bar. It's also got zone A and B, so it's going to be inside and outside, so you can rock on both sides. And then the InnaFlame fireplace that puts out 4,777 BTUs of heat. So basically in non-dork language, it'll heat the entirety of this area on a moderately chilly day. Like today's like 40 out. It'll be perfectly fine heating up this room with that. To be quite honest with you, you typically have to actually tone it down a little bit. Storage on both sides. This does not appear to be a convection microwave. It's just a really fancy looking regular microwave. But you got all the room that you need to do a little cooking. I kind of like that. Oh, it says here too. So we'll see this on the outside. But you got the Moride CRE 3000 series. 16-inch Goodyears, already knew that. And the tire pressure monitoring system. So that's nice. 3 top burner to whip up all the fixins. You also have a light that is, or a window that's already kind of shade proofed there with the decals running on it, so you can see out, but it's hard to see in. And then plenty of storage. I also enjoy the fact that this is a pull out there, so think like pots and pans would be pretty nice. Stainless steel undermounted bowl with the high-rise faucet, hitting those dishes from all angles. You're also going to see you have your garbage can and then your shelving there too as well, along with your 4 pull-out drawers. And you just saw that is going to be on a soft close. 12-volt refrigerator. It's not going to be the largest refrigerator in the game, that is for sure, but it does look bigger than that 10.7. I'm going to guess it's probably somewhere around that 16 cubic foot mark. Let's see if it says here. I've never been good at reading these things. Okay, 12 cubic foot. So, all right, there you go. Actually, the way it's dispositioned makes it look a little bit bigger. All right, now flip it back around as we're moseying on through. Notice how there's that little chain right there. That prevented me from blasting that handle straight into the refrigerator. So I like that because apparently I'm the kind of guy that would do that. You got your pantry here. You got a little bit of countertop space. Perfect place for like a Keurig. You also got kind of that brick looking sticker there heading out the back. And then, I mean, you know, check that out. Doesn't get much better there. But you also have the magnetic latches holding it down. I do enjoy how they always do the preventative maintenance schedule. I just think that is... I just think that's nice to have so you don't forget anything. You're also going to get a fuse box directly across from your door. And then also you have, notice how it's motion activated, your control panel. So let's go ahead and get that awning on. But all your different slide outs, you know, your awning, Bluetooth connect, so you can control it from your phone. Let me give you another little look here. So that way you can kind of see what you're rocking with. Beautiful camper. I mean, I think it looks pretty darn nice. And then you bring it on into the bathroom. And this is going to be part of that half ton. So if you're someone that wants a one-piece fiberglass shell, you'll have to jump into just the regular Durango, but you are going to get everything that you need. You got the porcelain foot flush throne. You got a little place to, you know, hang up a towel. They're not the friendly octopus guys that I like, but they do the same. They do the same thing. I always like that, you know, just getting up there, hang a towel on me. Doesn't look the same with those things. 6 foot, 6'1" with shoes on them. Also 292.7 pounds. For size reference, you got the little pull out here, but you're about 6'4" up into the ceiling, 6'1" to right here. And then you flip the camera around. We'll show you the old bowling gun, baby. Extra storage, gas water heater. So that's going to be good. Like basically, tankless on-demand hot water heater. So as long as you have propane, you're going to have hot water. Stainless steel undermounted bowl. And then bada bing, bada boom. You're also going to have 3 pull-out drawers there too as well, along with really nice storage in there. That's pretty darn snazzy. I like to see that. Tons of storage for all your towels. No slide here in the bedroom for the bed. However, you do get a queen bed and a little mini one to keep down on weight and cost for the wardrobe. And I'll show you that here in just a second. But I think around the bed, you have access to get in and out. It's on a step up to give you more room down below. But you have USBs, outlets, a shelf above the headboard. And then you also get some more storage over here, which I'll open up here in just a second. Emergency exit, so pull, push, and plop. You can get yourself up in a hurry or out in a hurry. Hands-free on the strut system. You know what? Let's double up the love because, babe, I do love you. And you deal with me being gone 3 days out of each of the last 2 weeks. Or 3, yeah. I've been gone 6 days in 2 weeks now. Just kind of traveling around, recording, getting a little bit of a extra backlog. I'm going to Alaska in June. Couldn't be more excited. Never been before. Yeah, I've never been to Alaska, but we're going out there. One of my childhood best friends finally, is tying the knot. So we're doing a little bachelor party, doing some hiking, going to go on a glacier tour, maybe visit a couple KOAs. We're actually going to go up there and rent a couple RVs and, zip around with basically, 9 of the homies I grew up with. So really excited for that. All right, guys. What did you guys think here? I mean, pretty darn cool. Give you one more little look there. And we're out. Again, it's the 2025 Durango half-ton 283 RLT. I get confused on the model number sometimes, so I wanted to double check. But just in case you missed it the first time around, all the specifications, length, height, tank size, awning sizes will be down in the description, along with a link for Funtown RV where you can access some pricing. So flip it back around. We already went over a lot of the, we already went over a lot of the basics, but the dual awnings, frameless windows, aluminum frame construction, and the studding is going to be 12 or 16 on center, depending on where you're at. Because obviously if you're running that, it'll go around the window. So it can change a little bit when there is some windows around, which this is a lot of window coverage over on this camper. You have the auto level. That's going to be the electric auto level. You also have a place for your batteries right there. And then you have slam latch doors. You're also going to have kind of a toy hauler material in here. So the tough, kind of rough, beat me up material, along with that aluminum frame construction. You're also going to see you have lighting, but you also have, if you can see right there, you're also going to have it vented. So, if you need it climate controlled, it's climate controlled for you. You're also prepped for the 3-camera safety system. It's probably not something that I would have installed for something this size, but having the rear camera is always nice. But the 3-camera system is perfect. If you're the first time getting into a fifth wheel, might be worth doing. And since it's already prepped, it's a little bit easier to install if you're doing it yourself, like aftermarket. Of course, any dealership would be good to go. Screen defender. It also, kind of closes in on its own, which is nice if you're bringing in some drinks or, like laundry, groceries, things of that nature. You can just kind of close it on the way behind you. The kind of steps that flip up into the doorway, but they're a little bit beefier for the roundies out there, being a little bit sturdier. You're also going to have the safety rail, so a little bit of an extended railing for you, along with a leash latch with a cold can of apple juice opener. Goodyear Endurance tires, Asdale as well, which is really nice. When I was selling these things, quite a bit, not the Durango, but I mean RVs in general, a lot of people would ask specifically for Asdale. So it does have Asdale, which is pretty much impervious to soaking up any water. So it's a little bit of a better way to do things. A little bit more expensive, a little bit heavier, but a little bit better way to do things. They also have the tire pressure monitoring system. So basically you'll get a little bit of a screen for you that'll tell you, what's going wrong, when it's going wrong, as far as like heat, overinflation, underinflation. It does have the towing package. So 2-inch receiver, 3,000 pound tow rating, 300 pound hitch rating, along with a 4-way flat, 250 pound weight capacity to get on top of the roof, and then the rear camera prep there too as well. Durango also, across the board from what I've seen on the fifth wheels, they are all going to be prepped for a slide topper, which is a piece of awning that goes from here to here, and it prevents debris from falling on top of your unit. You also do have heated and enclosed underbellies, if I did not mention that quite yet. All your different dump valves are going to be located right there. So you got your sewer, so easy and convenient, your 50 amp control, your other camera prep, And then this is going to be your docking station. So hot and cold water in the form of an outside shower, your bypass valve, city water connection, and then your black tank flush, which is basically a sprinkler system there for your poop tank. You're also going to see the auto level control right there, as well as both your propane with a switchover located right to that. But all right, guys. Normal storage there underneath too, by the way. So just basically one open area. Oh, that's where your spare tire is. But all right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the tour. I hope to catch you next time. Hit that like and subscribe button for daily RV content. My name is Hunter. This is the 2025 Durango 280 RLT. See you. Meow.